Welcome back to John Cleese Cardio. My name is Max. Today I've got a Hymer behind me. Bit of a beast, this thing, inside our workshop. Now we have fitted the Kenwood DNR992 RVS head unit, which is a big, massive 10-inch screen, and it's got motorhome specific navigation. Let's jump in. I'll give you a little show on what we've done. Spinning the camera. Here's the interior. We got steering wheel controls. We actually cleaned up these buttons. They're all gooey and sticky. Customer now has some nicer buttons to use. They're not all gooey, sticky. And here we have the Kenwood screen. Now we can turn on the stereo with the keys, which is normal functioning, but we have also wired up this stereo to run off the leisure battery, so when he is parked up he can flick a switch, which we've utilised the hole which was already drilled just there, and we can flick the switch and then the head unit will start booting up. So this head unit, it's got steering controls, it links up to the steering controls. There's also an aerial which is just on the front wing, which you can see here. Now we've used that to pick up the DAB reception. That works very well. Customer also had a reverse camera ready on the vehicle, which is still working on this screen there. Maybe we're going to get him back and fit a better reverse camera, because these Kenwoods, you can put a HD reverse camera onto them, which is very nice. So these stereos have Apple CarPlay, quite a popular feature for people that use iPhones. There's one for Android phones called Android Auto, and basically allows you to get your phone screen on the radio screen, allowing you to use things like Google Maps, Waze, and a much nicer way of making telephone calls and replying to messages. Now, the most popular reason that most people are going for this head unit is because it's got the motorhome specific navigation, which I'll just pop into. So clicking onto nav, you can set up a profile, which hasn't actually been done yet. I think I'm just going to set it to car for the second, just for this demonstration, but we can actually input the vehicle's height, width, length, weight, and basically and have a second profile if this vehicle is towing another vehicle on the back to adjust the length. But this particular navigation is going to take you down the roads that you should be going down, not the ones you shouldn't. So if you want to drive around in your motorhome with confidence and not drive down roads which you don't physically fit down, this is a great head unit. Always seem to get good feedback about the navigation on it. Never had people physically complain and say they've ended up down the wrong road, which is great. So the head unit looks a little bit like this when you open up the navigation. It's Garmin based. If you've used the Garmin sat-nav before, this will look pretty familiar. You click on where to go to your destination. You can enter and search in the top there, or enter the address. But this has a few camping association options which you can run through, and so you can actually just go around on the fly, pick where you're going to camp. Loads of random spots all around the place. Even got a bit of information. This here shows me a bit of a picture on where the particular spot is that you can park up, or there's quite a lot of different options in here. Motorhome parking, hitting a random one there, more pictures. It's nice to have some pictures, so if you're traveling on the fly, you don't have to, you can just pull up to anywhere really with a navigation like this. It's just nice that you've got a bunch of options of different areas you can go to through the AACSI, campsite, caravan sites, or camper contact. But this tends to be the head unit to go for if you have one of these motorhomes, whether it be like the Ducato base, Peugeot Boxer base, or something like this Mercedes based Hymer vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, the stereo has DAB as well. We've used the DAB splitter to pick up the DAB reception, which is working great on that aerial on the front wing. And the DAB looks a little bit like this. You have your presets that go down the side, and you can search by hitting this magnifying glass at the top there, and then you've got all your DAB presets. And you can save them. Say you want a bit of history, we can slide that over here, and we can save it on number 7 by just holding it down. So it's quite easy to use. You can just pick your presets back and forth once you're all connected up with that. Now, the last thing that I'm going to briefly show you, well actually not the last thing, I will just show Apple CarPlay work in a moment. I will just mention that other source available on this head unit. There's a HDMI input, so you can actually run a HDMI into this head unit and run a device like a Fire Stick on it, or your Apple mirroring device or equivalent basically. So yeah, it's quite nice that you could actually watch TV on it if you just sit in the front and you're maybe sat in a lot of traffic and something like that. So I'm going to just briefly, before I go, I'm going to show you Apple CarPlay working. To connect up to it, we're going to hit telephone on the screen here. It's going to say open up your Bluetooth DNR992 RVS, press pair, press allow. This is what you do for the first time connecting up to it. Just literally takes about 10-15 seconds. So that's should be all accepted, and it's going to kick into the Apple CarPlay in a moment. And Apple CarPlay, here's Apple CarPlay. If you're driving a sized vehicle like this, unless you really know the roads, you're probably not going to use the likes of Apple Maps and Google Maps. But what is nice is if you like to play your music, I use Tidal. The Tidal has got all my music collection on here, and I can go through, choose whatever I want to listen to. Much nicer way of listening to music. You can flick back to your navigation, and you can flick back to your CarPlay. So real nice and easy to use. This rotary control dial, extremely underrated. Obviously we've got the steering controls for cranking up volume, skipping tracks as well, which is a great thing. But just being able to twist the volume dial, no head unit does that, and that is an extremely underrated feature. Button along the bottom is like a home button to go back to home, nav button to go to nav, menu button to go to a few different options around the head unit, this button to send you back to CarPlay, and this is a voice button will activate your Siri. So with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you can shout call John Cleese, or send a text or message to John Cleese, and you'll be able to just do that all hands free while driving, send a whole paragraph using just your voice. And yeah, I mean, Apple CarPlay, hopefully you've probably seen it before, but generally you kind of get a much nicer way of using your phone. You've got my recents, contacts, keypads, check your voicemails, yeah, check your messages, things like that. They'll read them out to you rather than actually allowing you to read it off the screen. But yeah, just much nicer way of integrating your phone into any vehicle, to be honest. Probably one of the most popular things that we're doing today. Now, that is pretty much it. This is a Hymer motorhome. If you've got a motorhome that you want a stereo upgrade inside, bring it up to date with better navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, HDMI. Even if you want better speakers, we can cater for things like that. This has already got speakers fitted. Things like reverse cameras, we can actually put a real nice HD reverse camera onto these screens, or we have other options of reverse cameras. So please get in contact with us and we can create a system for you. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.